What the heck? Already having technical difficulties? What are we doing here? Stupid thing. Anyways, let's get nuts, everybody. Welcome to Film Junkee Live. It is Monday, November 17th. So remember, November 17th. Iconic day, really was. And people celebrate it today, and we'll talk about that, of course. Hit that like, thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, do all the things. Of course, my little control thing is like acting like stupid right now, but hey, we'll try to work with it right here. Got plenty to talk about, of course. We got some ridiculousness, we got some DCU stuff, we got our first look at something, and we got a box office disappointment that happened over the weekend, sadly. Sadly it happens, but yeah, here we go, guys. All right, who's out there? Talk to me. We got Kevin right here, Woman, Man of Tomorrow, but you have to do solo movies first. Ball! Yep, good to see you, Kevin. We got Cloned Avenger. Can't wait to hear your thoughts about the Snyderverse news and rumors. Oh boy, how much time you have? I'm still pushing back on people who are coming at me. Arkham Knight, what's happening, sir? Good to see you. All right. Make sure everything's good, right? Yeah, everything should be good. Okay, we got Indiana Jake, Wonder Woman, and Man of Tomorrow. Uh-oh, Senators are going to have a field day with that. He's copying! He's copying! If that's the case. Like I said, we'll talk about exactly what this rumor is. What's going on, Mr. Fear Jason? Good to see we got Mr. Nobody. Guess who's back? Back again. Zack is back. Why do they get our hopes up and just... This is why you come to the Film Junkee channel. It's just because I ain't gonna do that to you. I ain't gonna do that to you. What's going on? D-Man 7 isn't going from Superman 2025 to Man of Tomorrow. The same playbook as going from and of course people are gonna make that. They're gonna make that. But it's kind of funny because after the first trailer and other details of Superman came out, people were calling that BVS light. So no matter what, you're just gonna get comparisons. But we'll talk about that. What's going on, Mr. Axel? Saw Five Nights at Freddy's and Dark Crystal. I still have to watch the first Five Nights at Freddy. I know there's a sequel coming out. Never really got into the game, so I didn't watch the first one. So we got Monique right here. Let's see, what are we having tonight? It's leftover pot roast and cream and onion brown basmati rice. Sounds delicious. I had this thing. I made up this thing right here with like some Italian. So I had some of these Italian sausages, and I basically like made some eggs. And I do my certain way I make eggs. Like I slow cook them like with a cover on. When I put it on them with like a little bit of like raw cheddar on it. It was freaking good. That was my dinner tonight. Pretty delicious. I love how everyone on Twitter wants Courtney Eaton. I have to look her up. Sounds familiar. I think I've looked her up before. What's going on, Mr. Ronan? Good to see you. Happy Life Day. Oh, it's Life Day. Hey, look at that. We got some life out there. What's going on, JD McRae? Running Man was awesome, by the way. No, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Like I said, I enjoyed it too. I just had some issues with it. By no means was it a bad movie. By no means. Happy anniversary. Watched the Snyder Cut this morning and still glorious. Yeah, it is. You definitely wanted to wear my favorite Snyder cut short. And you made spaghetti. There you go. Yeah, it was pretty good. I just, when you just kind of come up with things, I was like, you know what, let me just have like a base with eggs. I'm going to put some, it was almost like an omelet, but it was not like folded in on itself. It was just kind of like slow cook it for like 5 minutes covered and just get it after I cook the sausages in like the air fryer. And then of course, just scatter some cheddar on top. And it was pretty damn awesome. I'm not going to lie. So Jacob, you ain't missing anything when it comes to Five Nights at Freddy movie. It wasn't good. I only watched it in the theater because of Matthew Lillard. Okay. That is part of cooking right there. You're already halfway there. You're halfway there and stuff like that. So Justice League animated series. Oh yeah. So I mean there's two different things when it comes to celebrating 24 years ago, which of course if you watch the DC Fanimated, if you haven't watched the DC Fanimated stream, that is every Wednesday now at 7 p.m. Pacific time with me and Scott McClellan. You guys, we will eventually get to the point where we're going to be talking about Justice League episodes. We're getting close. We're going to be finishing up Superman this in the next couple of weeks, and then more Batman Beyond, but we're going to definitely end up getting to there soon. So long live the Star. Oh God. Oh, let's not remind people of that. My God. Anyways, guys, thank you for clicking in and spending some time with me. Like I said, we got plenty to talk about. It's been an interesting weekend, and hopefully you guys had a good weekend. I had another chill weekend. It was raining here in Southern California. I think now 100%, I said this on the Vodka stream on Friday, I think we're finally, California, where I live, Southern California, we're finally done with summer. Summer lasts a little too long here, and we're finally done. It's been raining. It's been cool. It's been nice to, I only have my ceiling fan going on right now. It's actually, I'm not sweating my balls off like sometimes I am when I'm doing these shows, and my forehead, it's still a little shiny. Probably still a little shiny, but sometimes I get really shiny because it gets warm in here. But yeah, hopefully you guys had a good weekend. I stayed home, chilled basically, and nurtured a hangover on Saturday for sure. After the Vodka stream, nurtured a little bit of a hangover on Saturday, and watched a terrible movie. Which is, well, of course, the terrible movie that I watched, because I hadn't seen it yet, guys. I hadn't seen it, and it came up, and I went, you know what, I hadn't seen this. I watched Jeepers Creepers Reborn. Yes, I know. Why? Why, Dave? Why would you subject yourself to an abomination that is Jeepers Creepers Reborn? Because I hadn't seen it, and I've seen the other Jeepers Creepers movies, and I've relatively enjoyed those. I think the first one is classic. I think it's actually pretty good. It's one of those on the road, creepy. There's some really creepy moments. And I thought the Creeper was a unique character. Kind of became like this horror icon. And I know there's some interesting things with the creator of Jeepers Creepers. I think ended up being like a total just bastard or whatever the hell. I don't know. I hadn't seen Reborn, and holy shit, it's an abomination. Like it must have had a $12,000 budget. I don't know what the hell that thing was all about. There was just green screens everywhere, terrible green screen, terrible effects, terrible makeup, terrible acting. You just want to ask. I just want to ask, like, the director, like, did you think you were making a good movie? I want to ask the lead actors, did you think you were in a good movie? It was wow. It was very wow. Very well. Ugh. Absolutely terrible. Then I put on Weapons. After that, I was like, you know what? I'm going to watch Weapons because, hey, Weapons is actually a good movie. And it's good. It's interesting watching Weapons the second time now that you know everything. It's kind of cool to see the interwoven stories that they do. Like, I love how Zack crafted, the characters, like, and their stories, showing, like, their perspectives throughout the story. And then, of course, seeing the batshit ending. So that was my palate cleanser when it came to that. So is the stream acting up? Oh no, is it? Please tell me it's not. No, please tell me. Hold on. Is the stream going buck wild right now? Please say it's not. Please say it's not. Please say it's not. Oh no, it looks good right here. I'm looking at the feedback right here, and it's looking fine by me. We good? Yeah. Okay, it's fine. I agree. Okay, we're good. All right. I'm just making sure because I make sure I reboot my computer before I get things ready to go, and I make sure everything's pretty dialed in. So, but yeah, hopefully we should be good. It's looking good. But watching Weapons the second time was good. What's going on, Black Red? What's going on, Naval? Good to see you. But yeah, and then of course I watched the Running Man, the original Running Man, Arnold Schwarzenegger one. And it's kind of funny because, I hadn't watched it in a while. I mean, it's pretty bad. There's some bad things in there. Like, it's bad. Like, it's not that good. But there's just something about it that I still love. But if you really pay attention to the dialogue, to Arnold's acting, it's really bad. It's bad. It's not one of his strong ones. It's so funny because I would say that Arnold, like, when it came to Predator, Arnold was really great. That movie is just fucking great. It just kind of shows you that was just, they were just wanting to capitalize on on Arnold Schwarzenegger right there. So, but yeah, I had to, after watching the new Running Man, I had to go back and watch the original, especially having a conversation with Scott. And if you guys didn't watch the vodka stream, do so. But Scott hadn't watched the original. He also read the book, so he had kind of a unique perspective when it came to the new Running Man, that, you know, he got to see all three and read the book, or both movies and read the book, all in a span of a couple weeks. So it was kind of interesting. So, all right, guys, I'm rambling. Let's get on to it. Let's get to these tweets right here. Again, subscribe to the channel, hit that like, thumbs up, and if you're watching this later, comment. Everything helps the algorithm. And we got Brittany B that just said hi right there. You know, I always thought The Running Man was a song. Well, it's a dance. The Running Man is a dance. It's actually a dance. I don't even remember how to do it, but it's a dance. So, anyways, all right. 2026 is going to be the year of the spice, guys. That's right. 100%, because obviously we're getting Dune Part 3, and it's wrapped right now. Timothée Chalamet actually confirmed this too recently, but yes. It has wrapped Dune Part 3, and right now, Dune Prophecy Season 2 has begun production, so I'm willing to bet that that's also going to be showing up next year. So there's going to be a lot of Dune that's going to be happening next year. If you didn't watch the first season of Dune Prophecy, do yourself a favor, watch it. It's pretty good. It still keeps the essence of what Denis Villeneuve has been giving us when it comes to the Dune movies. Looks really great. So, yeah. So this 2026 is going to be the year of the spice, man. A year of Dune. All right. What else do we have here? Ooh. The Odyssey. We got some Odyssey stuff right here. That's right. Empire Magazine giving us some good little Odyssey content right here, which, of course, people are like going, hey, we need some more Odyssey, craving some Odyssey, and here's the cover. There's the cover right there. Huge 2026 preview, new images, first interviews, and all this stuff, but mainly they're showing the Odyssey. There's Matt Damon right there, and yeah, so we got that, and then naturally we got a shot right here of that just looks very Nolan, looks very epic, looks very cinematic. Yeah, that movie's going to be, I tell you what, that movie's going to be interesting. And we also got some other images. Let me find those. Okay, here we go. Tom Holland, there he is. There's the good old Tommy Hall right there. So we got our first look at him when it came to this 2026 preview. So, I mean, we saw him in set pictures, but there he is full on. We got Anne Hathaway, and we got Maya Goth also. She's in it. So they're our first looks at them when it comes to Empire. And then, of course, we get this whole crew right here. Matt Damon right there looking jacked with his crew. And then there's Matt Damon yet again without his helmet on as Osmond. What is it? Ozymandias? Yeah, so this movie's just going to be excellent. Of course it's going to be excellent. Definitely is. And hey, guys, oh my God, anybody out there? Okay, so anybody who's a child of the 90s probably would get excited for this, because we have a director and an actor that are reuniting who made one of the best action movies in the 90s. And of course, I'm talking about Face Off. That's right, Face Off. Face Off. One of the best action movies ever. It's a sci-fi concept too, which is kind of cool. Obviously, it's very science fiction when it comes to what they do, but it's mainly an action movie. And of course, that was directed by John Woo. It starred Nicolas Cage and John Travolta. And apparently, John Woo and Nicolas Cage, they are reuniting after 3 decades after they graced the screens of the wild action pick Face Off. Movie legends John Woo and Nicolas Cage are teaming up again on a crime biopic, Gambino, about notorious New York crime pin Carlo Gambino. Of course, they were also in the World War II movie that was called Wind Talkers that came out in 2002. Holy shit. 2002. Holy crap. I remember seeing that movie in the theaters too, because I was a big John Woo fan. And that wasn't quite John Woo-y, as some of his other stuff, so I don't know what happened. There's supposed to be like a Face Off remake or a sequel that was announced like years ago, and I haven't heard anything from it. They were gonna do like a reboot, or they were doing a sequel that was a reboot. It wasn't a remake. I don't know what happened with that. You guess as good as mine. I was like, what the okay. Cool. Whatever. And hey, this is kind of cool right here for any Zootopia 2 fan, people who are looking forward to Zootopia 2. Michael J. Fox is going to voice Michael J. Fox. That's right. There's a character called Michael J. Fox, and Michael J. Fox will voice him. Cool. It's going to be good. Hey, I'm glad, obviously if you've seen the state that Michael J. Fox is in, obviously he's suffering still from his from Parkinson's disease, which is sad to see, but he's still lasting. He's still got a smile on his face. He still makes appearances at conventions and greets fans. It's really awesome to see. He's still sticking in there, man. I tell you, but it just, it sucks. It does break your heart when you do see him. But I'm so glad that he's, still working, and he's going to voice literally a character, Michael J. Fox. That's cool. Star Trek. Okay, we talked about this a little bit on the Vodka stream, obviously, because I got some Trekkie friends like William and, of course, Ray. So if you watch towards the end of the Vodka stream, we do talk about Star Trek a little bit, because news is happening where it says a new Star Trek movie in the works from John Francis Daley and Jonathan Goldstein. Of course, the guys who brought us like Dungeons and Dragons, Honor Amongst Thieves, which became like a cult classic. Didn't do gangbusters in the box office, but everybody seems to enjoy the shit out of that movie. And it is a good movie, and they are good writers. They did like Game Night. I forgot what else they've done. I'm trying to remember other stuff, but I remember Game Night. Game Night was great. They've done some other things too that I can't remember off the top of my head, but it is interesting because apparently it's not supposed to be connected to a lot of things, and everybody always goes, is it connected to the Kelvin timeline? There's always that whole thing. It's supposed to be a new crew. I don't know. We'll see, because we did hear that obviously the J.J. Abrams, Chris Pine, Zach Quinto Star Trek movies, that's done. That's not happening. They're not moving forward with the fourth one when it comes to that, and it's been so long. Of course it hasn't. Of course it's not going to be moving forward. Why does this work? It just works, and it's crazy that it does work. And I just laugh about it. I laugh about it because, the caption right here is absolutely true. And I think this just kind of shows you this right here that I'm about to show you just basically just shows you that when it comes to casting of characters like Superman and Batman, Mr. Zack Snyder knew, like, hey, you got to have these dudes that could, fill out these costumes and have good jawlines and chins, that even if that because the costumes that were designed for specifically Henry Cavill and Ben Affleck for BVS were just top notch. We love that. But why does this work so well? Why does it work when somebody actually, photoshopped, the original costumes onto them? Why does it work? It works. And yes, the caption is absolutely correct. This is what Zack Snyder haters wanted his Batman and Superman to look like. True that, but it fucking works. Why does it work? Because they look so good as those characters. But it does. It works. Like that, the classic Superman costume works on Cavill. And then look at that classic Batman costume on Ben Affleck. The cowl. They didn't have to do much with the cowl. They made the ears. They extended the ears a little bit, sure. But everything just so works. I don't know why. When I saw this, I laughed, and then I kept looking at it, and I went, why does this work so well? And then it was funny because my cousin sent it to me also, and I even said, why does it work? And he said, yeah, I know, it does look good. And it's like, geez. It's just funny how that is. Because the costumes were designed so well, and the dudes, were just in a good shape, and then they have a good body type and the good face and jawline. That's what it is. That's exactly what it is. So, gotta love that. They both look a bit chubby. Oh, wow. D-Man, really? You're gonna say that? There's literally, like, their abs are popping through. And they're ripped as hell. But chubby. All right. Maybe you're joking. Who knows? Then, of course, we'll talk about all that. Holy Lord. The craziness of this past weekend, I tell you. See, and that's what a lot of my tweets were about, was the craziness of the weekend. Oh, we get a good, beautiful look at Tom Holland in the Spider-Man costume, because he was actually greeting him and Zendaya were greeting fans in, like, you know, some kind of warehouse, probably like on a studio or something like that. But they're doing pretty good stuff when it comes to Spider-Man Brand New Day, because when they were filming outside, they of course were inviting everyone to show up, take video, take pictures. Marvel Studios knew that, hey, we're not going to copyright anything. By all means, have at it. Tom Holland was waiting at the crowd every time he was shooting. He visited fans that were waiting, signed autographs, did all the kind of stuff. It was pretty cool. And apparently they did something like that again. But we get like another good look at the new Spider-Man costume right here. Look at that. So there he is, of course, without the cowl on. But yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, this definitely is the best Tom Holland Spider-Man costume. But I mean, look at the shine from the webbing, the 3D webbing, which of course is heavily inspired by what they did when it came to Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man costume, and kind of just make it look a little 3D. But yeah, you can see the light like shining off the web right there. And then of course the web shooters. I mean, the design is just really, really freaking nice. It just looks good right there. But yeah, if you could see that video, it's online, where they were greeting fans, and of course Tom Holland was in his Spider-Man costume. And yeah, I'm just saying, like, that's the best Tommy Hall Spidey costume. I think we can all agree on that. Brendan Fraser. Okay, he's already getting into it. He's getting into it, guys, because, I mean, a couple weeks ago when The Mummy 4, which is technically going to be The Mummy 3 because they are ignoring the original Mummy 3, Tomb of whatever the hell with Jet Li, they're going to ignore that. And they're just going to be like, hey, yeah, because, you know, Rachel Weisz's character, I think she was dead because she didn't sign on for that, so they killed the character off. But since she's going to apparently come back too, apparently he showed up at a sneak screening of his new movie, The Rental Family, but he showed up in a certain costume. That's right, he showed up in an O'Connell costume right here. That's right, look at him. Right there on stage. Somebody snapped this picture, and he is rocking what looks to be like, oh yeah, that's what he's probably going to be looking like when it comes to the next Mummy movie, which you already know he's excited. Look at the smile on his face. Brendan Fraser, how can you hate this man? It's pretty cool. He's already getting into it. Gotta love that. Rick O'Connell. I couldn't remember his first name. I was like, O'Connell. What the fuck is his first name? Rick. That's what it was. Rick. So cool. And this is also cool, but who knows if it's going to happen. I mean, Jimmy Cams is saying it. James Cameron right here. Obviously, he is now getting into press mode when it comes to Avatar Fire and Ash, which is coming out, and you better get your tickets. God knows if I haven't gotten my tickets yet. Hopefully, you're going to get your tickets. Those IMAX tickets are going to get swallowed up pretty quickly. But we must remember that James Cameron produced Alita Battle Angel, and Robert Rodriguez, of course, helped write and of course directed it. And everybody's been wondering, are we ever going to get a sequel to that? And it's been what? It didn't come out in what? 2017, 2018, 2019? It's been a bit. I know it was pre-pandemic for sure. And yeah, it didn't do gangbusters in the box office, and it cost quite a bit because of all the visual effects. And it became like this cult classic. And then, of course, you know, naturally, when it comes to hashtags and stuff like that, there was always just like make Alita 2 or whatever, make the Alita sequel or whatever. But Jimmy Can said this right here to Empire Magazine. James Cameron says he and Robert Rodriguez have sworn a blood oath to make Alita 2 and maybe 3 too. We're making progress on that. I appreciate the loyalty of the Alita fans. There you go. So if Avatar Fire and Ash makes $1.5 billion, just kind of take some of that profit that you get Jimmy Cams and just slide it down to Robert Rodriguez. Just like, hey, here's a few million that we can add. But I know when it comes to Alita, it's not going to be a cheap budget. And I think that's what they're mainly looking at, because she is completely CGI. There's a lot of characters that are completely CGI. The world is essentially CGI. As much as you want to do practical and have actual sets built, which they did, you're still going to have a lot of CGI backgrounds. And, you know, I mean, when it came to her doing that race thing, I mean, that was all CGI essentially right there. So we'll see. Jimmy Cam's teasing. All right, what else we got here? We got more previews. We got, of course, Mandalorian and Grogu right here. That was also in the 2026 preview. I mean, I didn't retweet everything, but then, of course, you got the man. You got the devil of Hell's Kitchen, showing off the best Daredevil costume that we've seen, with the D's, with the double D's on it. That's just so good right there. Oh, gotta love that. So that was more from when it came to Empire Magazine. Heat 2 is warming up. Yeah, you thought I was gonna say heating up, but I threw you off right there, didn't I? Yeah, that's what I thought. No, it is heating up. Heat 2 is heating up, and we're kind of wondering who's going to be cast in it. We've heard like Austin Butler, we've heard Leonardo DiCaprio. Now we got Christian Bale circling a major role alongside Leonardo DiCaprio in Michael Mann's Heat 2. Huh? Okay, so this movie's going to have a lot of star power. It's definitely going to have a lot of star power. Now, will it capture people and put butts in the seats when it comes to the movie theaters? That's what's always crazy. That's what's always interesting about these types of movies, that a lot of people have. I mean, when the first Heat came out, yeah, it was a success back in the 90s, late 90s. It was a success because it was two powerhouses, that was Pacino and De Niro, that were coming together for like the first time. And so, yeah, it did well with that. And then, of course, when it came out on video and everything like that, it blew up even more and became like this classic movie. Now we got Heat 2, which is a sequel and a prequel, mind you, because Michael Mann wrote the novel that goes back and forth apparently, or it has, I don't know exactly how he structures it, but it's a prequel and a sequel. And now we're getting like some powerhouses that are going to be connected to it, and it's going to be interesting to see how this all unfolds, because apparently Warner Brothers didn't want it, and I think it's going over to, I forgot where else. It's supposed to be going over to somewhere else, but I don't know, we'll see. We'll see, man. What else we got? Did I really do that? Oh, man. I messed up on that. Oops. You ever like retweet? Okay, somebody is messing with me because I know I didn't do that. Wow. That's so weird. Okay. Something's going on. That is strange. Wait a minute. I did not retweet. Okay, very interesting. I did not like her. Maybe I did and I didn't. I don't know. There's some random tweet that I retweeted and liked that I don't remember liking or retweeting. Uh-oh. Somebody hacking my shit, maybe? Or am I just stupid? I don't know. That was very weird. That was very freaking weird. I just like scrolling up and I'm going, I don't remember retweeting or liking that. Huh. That's a little weird. That was very weird right there. Very, very, very weird right there. Huh. Very interesting. All right. That's not the first time that's happened in the past couple of weeks too, where all of a sudden it's just like, Now it wasn't porn. It was like political shit. It was like political shit, and I'm like, I don't remember doing that. That was very weird, because that happened, like I said, a couple of weeks ago. I just assumed that I was scrolling through Twitter, and then I fell asleep. And sometimes your hand just, But then again, now I'm thinking, like, how would I have hit the retweet button and the like button at the same time? There's something very strange that's going on. Yeah, it wasn't that. It was a political thing. And I'm like, I don't like to retweet anything political. Not at all. Not even at all. That was very strange. Okay. Huh. We good? Okay. Should be good. You were sleep posting? Yeah, that's happened. Oh, no, that's happened. It's definitely happened. There's been times on like TikTok. I've sent people videos on TikTok on accident because I'm like scrolling through and I pass and I just I fall asleep and I end up, TikTok's very easy to send. It's very easy to hit the send button to somebody. And I've sent things to people, which is crazy. All right. Enough of that. That was very strange, though. I don't remember liking or retweeting that. Very strange. Just very freaking strange. Yeah, that's the thing about touchscreen, man. That's the thing about touch. But this was during the day. It was recently. And I'm like, I don't remember doing that. That's very strange. Okay. Anyways, enough of that. Let's talk about some DCU news. Okay, we don't have a ton. We don't have a ton of news right here, but we got stuff. We got stuff to talk about. Jimmy Gunn's, of course, doing some more teasing. And we got some, things like some responses and everything like that. Hey, it's not exactly DCU, but hey, you want to hear about Lady Gaga talking about Joker? I almost said Joker. That would have been weird. Joker, Fallait, what is it? Fallait Adu? Jeez, I can never say it right. But she was talking to Rolling Stone, and here's what she had to say. She opens up about the backlash. I wasn't unfazed. It's funny. I'm almost nervous to share my reaction, but the truth is, when it first started happening, I started laughing because it was just getting so unhinged when it takes a while for something to kind of dissipate. That can be a little bit more painful, only because I put a lot of myself into it. I don't care what anybody says. I think it's a good movie still. It's not the first Joker. I don't think it's a masterpiece, but I still thought it was good. I thought it was still good. I thought Todd Phillips came up with a unique spin on it. I thought there were some really good scenes. Yeah, there's some scenes where I went, I don't know about that. And maybe some scenes that got deleted that should have remained. I don't know. But I still think that it was, when people just flat out hated it, I was going, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. You saw a different movie than I did. Frank Grillo is going to be, of course, in Man of Tomorrow. I know, shocker. Man of Tomorrow will shoot in the UK and Atlanta, according to Frank Grillo, who says Rick Flag Sr. plays a major role in the Superman sequel. It's not a Superman sequel, Frank. That's what James Gunn said. My character, Rick Flag Sr., is a big part of the sequel story, so I'm excited about it. I know, it's kind of funny. It's we kind of figured that Frank Grillo Sr. is going to be in it again, but it's going to be interesting to see because his character kind of went through, his character has been in every DCU project. You notice that? It's kind of interesting that Rick Flag Sr. is just going to be in every, is he going to, I don't know if he's going to show up, is he going to show up in Supergirl, Clayface, Lanterns? I mean, I'm willing to bet that he maybe shows up in one of those, right? Because we have 2026 and we got those 3 movies that are non-James Gunn movies or shows. So, but obviously James Gunn is still, being the architect of the entire story. So does Frank Grillo, does Rick Flag Sr. show up in one of those? I'm willing to bet he might show up in one. If I had to guess, it'd be Supergirl, but I don't know. Maybe he does show up in Lanterns. That's what's going to be interesting, is where he shows up next year. He hasn't said anything about showing up in those projects, but I guess we'll see. It's very interesting. I don't know. And then naturally, of course, we heard that we got from the rap. Of course, it was Scoopy Pants, good old Umberto. You guys know I call him Scoopy Pants. That's what I've been calling him for years. He's got me blocked on Twitter, naturally, because I would give him shit and would say bullshit to him because he would put out bullshit. That's just the way it is. But I'm not saying he would, I always say some of these scoopers, they don't bat 0, but they don't bat 1,000. And of course, he wrote an article for the rap saying that, yes, it is now confirmed that Brainiac is, in fact, he is the big baddie in Man of Tomorrow. Now, naturally, we still haven't heard from Jimmy Guns, but what does this motherfucker keep on doing? Posting shit like this? What is that? Sprouts? What's going on with that? No, that's just like a microscopic view of a brain! Hey, I appreciate him doing this. By all means, Jimmy Guns, keep on doing it. Keep on teasing, because people know. Keep on teasing Brainiac until you have your actor. That's what I say. Until you cast the actor and announce who is playing Brainiac, which of course they already are holding auditions apparently. And apparently that one guy, I forgot his name, who played like Dracula, the BBC or something like that, Clay something, I can't remember his last name, but apparently he actually did audition already and people were saying, yeah, he would be pretty good. But yeah, I mean, hey, If Gunn wants to keep on doing that, let him do it. Let him have a little bit of fun, right? Yeah, Mark Strong would be good, but he's already had so many DC roles. Uh-oh, we got my trolling. We got that trolling guy again that's doing the better Dave Pena 3000. Gotta love that. Mike Flanagan says he's really grateful to have a hand in Clayface. Just really grateful that I got to be a very small part of a very small corner of Gotham. That's like a childhood dream of mine. Yes, cannot wait for Clayface. I mean, when it comes to my order of what I'm anticipating next year in 2026, it's Lanterns, Clayface, and Supergirl. That's the order. I'm not saying that, Supergirl because I'm like, whatever. No, I'm still very much looking forward to Supergirl too. I'm just looking forward to Clayface and Lanterns just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. And then this was a weird one right here. Because I woke up this morning and I saw this, and a lot of people were like, wait a minute, what the, whoa. Pierce Brosnan, what are you talking about right here? What are you talking about? Because what was the best character in Black Adam? I mean, some people might say Black Adam because it is his movie, but I would say a lot of people would actually say Dr. Fate. And Pierce Brosnan, in a recent interview with GQ magazine, had this to say, which had a lot of people scratching their heads. Pierce Brosnan said he's heard Dr. Fate will appear in the next Superman movie. I've never banged down anyone's door. I mean, they know where to find me. I've heard that Dr. Fate was going to have his own show or his own movie. I've heard that he's going to be in the next Superman. That just sounds like Pierce Brosnan going, hey, fuck it. I'm older. I'm going to try to, see if I can get some more work as Dr. Fate. Why not? That's what I kind of assumed or something like that. But I think some people out there were kind of going, well, no, that's not what he was doing exactly. It was almost like Pierce Brosnan probably is not up to date with a lot of things, because we must remind ourselves that Black Adam came out 3 years ago. So even with the new DCU, it wasn't that long ago. So maybe he's still kind of, when he was hearing things when it came to the DCEU, he was hearing that, oh yeah, we want to give you a show or possibly a movie, and then we're going to be doing this Man of Steel 2. Maybe you could show up in that, which would have been really cool, by the way, because if you watch the Superman the Animated Series episode with Superman and Dr. Fate, first off, you have to remember that Superman's been there for a while, and apparently he has the friend that is Dr. Fate. It's a good episode. It's a good episode that you should watch. But here comes Jimmy Gunn's. My opinion is I've never heard of a Dr. Fate rumor. So there you go. So James Gunn debunked it. He debunked it. So I think it was mainly just Pierce Brosnan when he was hearing conversations while Black Adam was being made, or like post-production, like, hey, that was DCEU stuff that he was actually referring to. And that's what it seems like right there. So don't worry about it. Don't worry about all that. So it's all gravy. It's all gravy. And then another thing too that I wanted to bring up, let me find it right here. Because yes, thank God this also, Jimmy Gunn's also debunked this too. Let's see. I know I posted it this weekend. Here we go. DC Crime. Now, that's not a good title. And when it was announced that the Jimmy Olsen series was going to be called DC Crime, I went, that's kind of dumb. That sounds like a cartoon series or something like that. And thank you, James Gunn, for finally doing this. Just FYI, there has never been a project titled DC Crime in development, not even as a working title. I don't know where that came from, but it's weird. And no, that doesn't mean all the rest of the story is false. Oh, so the Jimmy Olsen series is going to happen, but it's not called DC Crime. Why is it not called DC Crime? That wouldn't make any fucking sense unless it took place in Washington, D.C. Why in the fuck would you have a series that starred Jimmy Olsen within the world that they have created for the DCU, and he being like in Metropolis or going to Gotham City or going to Star City or Central City, God knows where he would go. Why would it be called DC Crime? It would be called Detective Comics Crime? No, it would not be called that. It wouldn't make sense to be called that. It just wouldn't be, yeah, because if you wanted to title it something, and if it was going to be something that Jimmy Olsen was going to be a part of, they would call it something else. Metropolis Crime, Meta Crime, I don't know. It wouldn't be called DC Crime. It's just kind of like, no, not happening. Definitely not happening. Why? Why would that actually be the case? All right. Now here we go right here when it comes to a possibility that Wonder Woman might be showing up in Man of Tomorrow. We have this exclusivo right here when it comes to Nexus Point News, and let's take a look. Man of Tomorrow casting description hints at new hero joining the DCU. And obviously we could see who they put in their featured image right there. Okay, so sources tell Nexus Point News that a female hero is being cast for the film. She's described as being in her late 20s and having an edge to her. What's interesting is there's a height requirement for this character, and they're looking for a tall as being a warrior and having a strong physique. All details point to this character being Wonder Woman, a character that has been highly requested by fans to make her DCU debut. Other potential candidates for this mystery character could be Big Barda or Black Canary. Holy Lord. So that's why people are saying that. Now, it seems like Wonder Woman, it might be a little too on the nose, and we also know that Ana Naguara is, in fact, writing a Wonder Woman script right now. So it kind of would make sense because it's like, all right, if you're going to establish her right here and have her show up, and then all of a sudden she gets her own movie, and yes, that would be very much following what Zack's playbook was, but, you know, what's funny about Zack's playbook is it fucking worked. And at least in my eyes, and a lot of people's eyes, it did work. So there's nothing wrong with that. But then at the same time, there could be like a little bit of a curveball, or it could be misinformation. Who knows? It's just a rumor as of right now. So we don't know. We don't know. Oh, did it go away? Oh, shit. Wait. Is it messing up again? Oh, no. No. Could be Maxima. Let's see, is this thing acting stupid again? Please don't act stupid. No, we're good. It's showing fine right here. Okay, so, so it's doing the commercial thing again. Oh, Jesus Christ. So dumb. That, again, that's a YouTube thing. Oh yeah, there's a blank screen. Well, that's great. It's just a blank screen. Well, that's great. Well, let's, oh yeah, there it goes. And now it's like all off. What the hell's happening here? 720. What the frick is going on here? Why is it doing that? Yeah, now it's like, got me like weird widescreen. That's so freaking, what the hell? Why does the screen look like that? That's so weird. Oh, there it goes. Now it fixed. Now it's back to 1080. Jesus. I don't know what's going on. Very strange. Yeah, the video like condensed and now it's back. Is this a video for ants? I like that. I got that reference right there. Okay, well. Hopefully it could stick around. Stick around. See, I think it has something to do with that. I think it has something to do with YouTube fucking putting in these ads and stuff, and it's effing up my stuff right here. I don't know. Very strange. All right, well, I'm gonna move forward, and hopefully it doesn't get crazy. But I think this seems like it's more of a YouTube thing. It's not my side glitching out. I don't know why why they insist on putting ads like that during live streams. That doesn't make any kind of sense. But anyways, I was wrapping up the DCU news. Anyways, so basically, yes, Wonder Woman could possibly it could be Black Canary. Some even says I don't know. It could be Mercy. No, it wouldn't be her. What would it be her? That would be Mercy. Are we gonna have Mercy in Man of Tomorrow? Could be. So could be. I don't know. We could be seeing her as well. That could be also a possibility. I know. Is that what's happening? Are we good? It didn't cut out again, did it? I know they're just trying to, and I think the ads are going to get worse. I have a feeling the ads are going to get worse because it's holiday season. That's the thing that I worry about is like, oh yeah, the ads are going to get worse, aren't they? Because all the ads are going to be seeing. All the ads are going to be seeing. Maxima, yeah, could be that too. And, James Gunn likes his deep cuts. But, yeah, going back to the thing, I think the ads are going to get worse because of what's, because it's a holiday season now. It's just crazy. Yeah, it could be Maxima. Yeah, you guys have talked about that, so. Anyways, all right, let's move it along here so we can keep going. We got some, yeah, I think we're good. Okay, I'm good with that. Legend of Zelda. We got our first look at Link and Zelda because, they're filming it right now. They just started filming Legend of Zelda. It's happening, and we were kind of wondering when we were going to get our first look at what they look like when it comes to them. And yeah, we got those dropped today, and here we go. They're not the best. They're not the clearest images. They really aren't the clearest images, but there they both are right there. So kind of like a far shot. It's not the best. I'm looking at this tweet from I'm trying to remember even like the actors' names, but they're unknown. But Link and of course Zelda. She's got the pointy ears. She's got the bow. And they look good. They look good. They definitely look good. They definitely look good right there. So I'm trying to remember what their names were. Let me type that in right here because I totally forgot what the leads' names were. But they look good. They definitely look like the characters. I wasn't big on Zelda. Like I didn't play it a lot, but my brother did, and he still does. My brother still plays Zelda, so I'm like, oh yeah, definitely, that's pretty cool. Who are the stars of Legend of Zelda movie? Let's make sure. Oh man, Grok takes way too long. It takes way too long. I don't know. Why did I just I put it in the Grok? Why did I put it in the Grok? Grok sucks. Yeah, Grok really does suck. Okay, why did I do that? Google that shit. Grok has to overthink. It's still thinking. Wow. See, like I said, AI, not all that great, I tell you. That's right. Benjamin Evan Ainsworth, and is that what his name is? Jesus Christ. Man, I'm failing this right here. Oh, hey, it finally came up after how long? My God. Yeah, it's Benjamin Evan Ainsworth. He's Link. And then, of course, we have Bo Bragison as Zelda. Yeah, they both look good. They both look good. Showed it to my brother, who's like a diehard Legend of Zelda fan. Definitely showed it to him, and he was thought, okay, cool. That's cool. But, yeah, and then, of course, you have... what's his name? See, I'm trying to remember names here, and I can't remember names. Who's directing it? Of course, it doesn't say it right here. So it gives me all this information. Doesn't say the director. My God. Who's the director? Wes Ball, that's right. Jeez, I was like, it was a very notable name, but yeah, Wes Ball who did the Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, which was actually a really good follow up to what Matt Reeves did when it came to Planet of the Apes, which was actually pretty surprising because I worried that it wasn't going to be that good, and it ended up being good. So him handling this hopefully could be something. They look good. They look like the characters. I think we're going to be okay. We'll see what happens when we get that first trailer. That's for sure. So. Anyways. Good casting right there. That's all. All right, let's talk about some box office. And, well, sadly, I think plenty of us, especially Edgar Wright fans, wanted The Running Man to, be like a hit, and it seemed like it had potential of being a hit, but of course, we just came off of course, Predator Badlands, which is ended up, it's being a hit. It still has some money that it needs to make, but here's our box office right here. Now You See Me, Now You Don't 3 actually won the box office this weekend, which I saw nobody really talking about it. People were talking about The Running Man like crazy. It just kind of shows you right here that, when you're online and everything, it just kind of shows you, because I saw nobody talking about Now You See Me, Now You Don't 3, but it ended up being the top domestic box office earner right here. And it made a total of $75.2 million, which is not too shabby for a third movie in a franchise. I've only seen the first one. I have not seen the second one. I don't know why I haven't seen the second one, because I love me some magic and I love me some heist kind of movies. So I don't know why I didn't catch the second one, but I did not. And then, of course, we have The Running Man, which, just under $28 million worldwide. Didn't quite make a splash. $16.5 million when it comes to a domestic, and then only 11.2 when it comes to international. So that international number just didn't do all that well. Interesting. So it's got some work to do. Apparently it was like $110 million budget, so it might not even... I don't know. It might not. It didn't get the best word of mouth. It really didn't get the best word of mouth. So that's probably part of it. And then of course Predator Badlands sees a 68.2 drop off, which is a pretty Dead. Yeah. Oh, there we go. I'm back.
Oh, there we go. I'm back. Oh, there we go. I'm back.
Oh, is it back? Is it back? I don't know. Jesus Christ. Yeah, it's jumping in and out. Okay, well. Echo, yeah. Am I back? Am I back?
I'm back.
No, it's not working too well. Ant size, I know, it's all, yeah, this is what's so weird about this. I don't know what the hell. Okay, I got audios going like crazy. I have no idea what's going on right now. I have no idea what the hell's going on. It's probably, now that I saw the Twitter feed also acting up, I'm like, oh, great. So it probably is my output yet again. Oh, okay. It probably is my output yet again. I don't know. Yeah, it's probably the output. God, it's so freaking frustrating. I heard it's, yeah, it's like, fine now, but it's just going to happen again. All right, well, let me go ahead and, yeah, the echo's fixed. Well, the echo was happening because I had the audios on from the other stuff. I'm going to go ahead and just record the Snyder portion of this. I'm not going to do it live because because there's a lot to talk about when it comes to the Snyderverse stuff. So I'm going to just record that, and I'm going to answer the questions on Twitter instead. We're just going to move to the questions right now because I don't trust this thing. It's acting stupid again, as it does. So, yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and I don't know what's going on. It's doing a different thing than it's done before. Now it's just cutting to black. I don't think it's ever done that before. Usually the video just freezes, and then of course you guys are saying you're seeing ads pop up. I don't know what the hell's going on when it comes to all this, so but yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just go to the questions portion, and then I'm just going to record a video when it comes to the Snyder stuff. I'm just going to do all that because I don't want it to ruin my flow because there's a lot of things to go over when it comes to the Snyder stuff. All right, let's see. Let's go ahead and go to the questions right now instead. Let's just fast track it. What's going on there, Jose? Good to see you, buddy. All right. Let's go ahead and just do this right here. Yeah. All right. That's not what I wanted. Jesus Christ. I got the wrong thing up. Hold on a sec. See, this is why I was like, all right, I'm just going to end it after the questions because now it's just throwing me all off. All right, here we go. All right, start off with these questions right here. See, another ad. So, see, this, I don't know. I think it's a mixture of probably me and you two. Eric said, yo, Dave, one of the benefits of there being so few official Thanksgiving movies is no real struggle on which ones to pick this round. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, Eli Roth Thanksgiving, Charlie Brown Thanksgiving. So what unofficial films are you feeling? Well, there's also Son-in-Law. Son-in-Law is up there. Another horror movie is that Pilgrim movie, and I remember I've watched that as well. So, Darkness Under the Wind, Dave. If Wonder Woman is going to be making her DCU debut in Man of Tomorrow, does this mean the script for her inevitable solo project will be done by then, as well as the director attached? Probably, if they're working on the script now, for sure. That's going to be the case. Yes. Devin Wooter, hey Dave, did you put up your Christmas tree? No, I don't do the Christmas tree thing. I just go to my mom's. Tell me, why is Disney remaking Moana? Oh yeah, the Moana trailer came out today. Today? Yeah, and it was fine, but people will be confused because did Disney announce Moana 3 and you think Wolverine will be in the new X-Men reboot? For me, they need to save him down the line. Yeah, I mean, they probably want him to be in there. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Hey, Dave, I heard about Chris and Zack gonna come back. Big fan, but feels like a nothing burger. Even if it was possible, would all the actors come back in the same versions? Whoever buys WB cannot be stupid enough to reboot again. I would like to see Zack work with Gunn. Yeah. No, all the actors would not come back. No matter what anybody says, they would not come back. And then Joshua G. I don't know why you get put in a spam. With the rumors of Wonder Woman possibly being in Man of Tomorrow, this opens up even more possibilities of Courtney Eaton. I think somebody mentioned her at the beginning to be her, especially with Yellow Jackets about to film its final season, and her schedule will free up in summer of 2026. Yeah, it could happen. You never know. You never know. You definitely never know. Of course, the stream is acting perfectly fine now, but I'm not going to risk it. I'm not going to risk it when it comes to the Snyder thing, like the Snyder portion of this, because the Snyder portion is going to go on for about a half an hour. I mean, there's a lot to cover when it comes to the Snyder portion. And I'm already just like over whatever the hell is happening. I don't know, again, if it's YouTube conflicting with my stuff right here, I don't know. And no, my computer is not running on Vista. Thank you. Yes. You know, your jokes really help. Your jokes really help everything, guys. Really help. Yeah, you know, but it's fine. But yeah, when it comes to who's going to be cast for Wonder Woman, if that happens, I don't know. We'll see what happens. We will see what happens. All right, guys. Like I said, I will postpone the Snyder thing, and I will post it tomorrow morning. The session, I'll record it tonight and make sure that it's all ready to go and everything. Sorry again, not sure what is going on. Seems like it's a little bit of a YouTube thing and probably a little bit of a me thing as well. So I apologize, but yeah. So look forward to my Snyder... Oops. Jesus Christ. So look forward to my Snyder video when it comes to tomorrow, and I appreciate you guys spending some time with me. We have an hour and everything that's going on. Hit that like, thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, do all the things. Appreciate you guys. Start doing TikTok? No. Not gonna do that. But yeah, do all that and everything. Sorry, no, I just don't even, I'm like, blah. All right, love you guys. We'll see you Wednesday. Members only stream, Film Junkee Live. That hopefully should be okay. And then, of course, DC Fanimated. And you guys have a good rest of your Monday. Have a good Tuesday. And like I said, look forward to my Snyder video that'll be posted tomorrow morning. All right, guys. Love you. Talk to you later.